semantics relationship. Semantic relationship are the associations that there exist between the meaning of words, semantic relationship at word level, or between the meaning of phrases, or between the meaning of sentences, or semantic relationship at phrase or sentence level. Semantic relationship has different categories. These are the antonyms, synonyms, connotation, homophones, homograms, and homonyms. But at this moment, allow me to discuss first the antonyms, to be followed by those other categories which will also be discussed by my groupmates. So antonyms, we have already encountered antonyms during our elementary and high school days, right? But let us refresh our mind this time. What is antonym? So an antonym is a word that has the opposite meaning of another word. So the root words for the word antonym are the words anti, meaning against or opposite, and the onym means name. So I have here some examples of antonyms. First, achieve, fail. Giant, dwarf. Random, specific. Blunt, sharp. Marvelous, terrible. So those are just some example of antonyms. Further to that, let's move on knowing the three types of antonyms in semantics. These are the gradable antonym, complementary antonym, and the relational antonym. So graded or gradable antonym are word pairs whose meaning are opposite and which lie on a continuous spectrum, and the best example for this one is the hot and cold. Next is the complementary antonym. Complementary antonyms are word pairs whose meaning are opposite but whose meaning do not lie on a continuous spectrum, and the best example for this one is the push and pull. And next one is a relational antonym, are words pair where opposite makes sense only in the context of the relationship between the two meaning. The best example for this one is the teacher-pupil or teacher or the student. The function of antonyms. In both speech and writing, it is important because they highlight or emphasize the main idea of a text or a context or the speech. In literature, antonyms are used in different literary devices such as paradox. And antonyms are also useful or a helpful tool in narration, argumentation, description, especially in explanation. So antonyms also plays an important role in language acquisition. So again, antonym is a semantic term for words that have opposite meaning or definitions. To simply put it, an antonym is an opposite of another word or another meaning of the word. The term antonym has been derived from a Greek word antonomia, which means counter name.
Greetings to everyone. I still remember when I was in elementary school, my teacher let us sing like this. Synonyms is same, antonyms opposite. Synonyms is same, antonyms opposite. So now, I'm going to discuss about synonyms. A synonym is a word that has the same meaning as another word. Synonyms can be two or more words, or even complete expression in the same language that have nearly the same meaning in some or all senses. For example, the word walk has a synonyms like stroll, amble, saunter, or go. So the words stroll, amble, saunter, and go have an identical meaning to the word walk. Another example, the word know. The word know has a synonyms of perceive and learn. Another example, the word problem. The word problem has a synonyms of complication, obstacle, or trouble. Another example, the word child. The word child has a synonyms of juvenile and toddler. So words that are similar but not identical are called near synonyms. So what is near synonyms? So near synonyms is a word that has almost the same meaning as another word. For example, the word hungry and peckish are example of near synonyms. So near synonyms move away from its original meaning of the original word. For example, the word walk does not quite mean the same thing as skip, hike, plod, or trudge. Do all have synonyms? Not every word or phrase has a synonym. Words that are simple and have obvious word origins are often called primitives. Primitives means basic. So still, some primitives have no synonyms. You would be hard-pressed to replace monosyllabic words like the and be. According to my research, and according to the Guinness Book of World Records, the word set has the most meaning in English at 430 distinct definition. By the way, why do we use synonyms? So we use synonyms because synonyms is very important. It can help you to enhance the quality of your writing by providing your readers with unique outlook of your text. It can also improve your oral skills and your writing skills. So that would be all for synonyms.
Connotation is a word used to suggest a different association than its literal meaning, which is also known as denotation. Example of connotation is, she's feeling blue. Blue is a color, but it also describes a feeling of sadness. Connotation can either be positive, negative, or neutral. Another example of connotation is, he is such a dog. In this sense, the word dog also describes or connotes shamelessness or ugliness.
Hello, I am Walajan C. Ibales, and I will be sharing with you the definition and examples of homophones. So what is homophones? These are words with same pronunciation but different meaning and spelling. For example, ad and ad. Can we guess the difference between these two? So if we write this, we can identify easily the difference between these two. So the first one, which is ad with 1D, which means a short term for advertisement, while the other ad with 2D or double D, it means putting something in. So we can identify the difference between the two if we could write their spelling and we could know their meanings. Next would be new and new. So the first word new, which doesn't have K, and new with K. The first one has, it means something that recently just exists. Well, the other one is the past tense form of know, which relates to knowledge. So the difference between two, different spelling, different meaning. So when we say those words, the listener would find it hard to know the difference between the two. So we need to write them, spell them out, and once we spelled it out, we could realize the difference between the two and their different meanings. And that would be all, and I hope you understand the definition and example of homophones.
Hi everyone, so let's proceed to homograph. So what is a homograph? A homograph is a word that has the same spelling but has different meaning, or it shares the same written form as another word but has different meaning. For example, the word bear. It could be a verb or a noun. If we use the word bear as a verb, it means to endure or to withstand in courage. But if you use the word bear as a noun, it means that it is a wild animal. Example number 2 is the word bat. You could probably say that it is an animal, which is a mammal usually living inside a cave, or a thing which is used to hit the ball during a baseball game. So therefore, you are using the word bat as a noun. So why homograph is important? It is because it would help us to have a better understanding of what we are reading. One of the type of homograph is heteronym. So what is a heteronym? A heteronym is a word that has the same spelling and have different meaning, but also different in sound. For example, the word desert. It could be a noun or a verb. If you use it as a noun, you should pronounce it as desert, which means an arid land with usually sparse vegetation. But if it is a verb, you should pronounce it as desert, which means to leave usually without intent to return.
Hi guys, this is Marjorie Salviso, your vlogger for today. So guys, have you already heard the word homonyms or do you know what homonyms is? If not, then please keep on watching. The word homonyms comes from the prefix homo, which means the same, and the suffix nem, which means name. So in linguistics, homonyms are words that are spelled the same and sound the same but have different meanings. Therefore, homonym is a word that has at least two different meanings, even though all uses look and sounds exactly alike. Like for example, the word book, which can mean something to read or the act of making reservation. There are also homonyms that have more than two meanings. Like for example, the word pen can also mean sensitive, or it can be easily chewed, or even refers to chicken strips. So that's all guys. Thank you for listening and I hope you learned a lot.